The Big Show with Night and Day. Buy 5 barista-made coffees and get the 6th free. No catch. Just use their coffee card.
Now, you know, a lot of times people say to us, you know, that we stretch the truth a little bit on our show.
Who's saying that?
Oh, just people on the street.
Losers.
And it's like, I don't think so.
Unbelievable.
But what I'm about to tell you is absolutely true. It's a true story.
Yeah.
Happened to
I assume they all are.
Right. Well, you know, sometimes I might charm a story a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Tell it true, charm it
Give
crazy.
it a little tickle.
Yeah, exactly. So my wife said to me last night,
oh, God.
listen, we're getting a bit low on the old pantry stocks. Can you maybe do a food shop tomorrow?
You?
Me, yeah. And I said, oh.
God, she's got a cheek, that woman.
And I was like, yeah. Okay, yeah, fine. So I get up today, I sort my daughter out, and then I, get her to school and stuff. I look outside, it's pissing down with rain. I'm thinking, to be honest with you, I really can't be arsed doing that. I can't be arsed going and doing a shop. And then I gave myself a swift uppercut, and I went, no, get out there and do it. And our supermarket's about 25 minutes away, right? So I go outside, I get all the recycling bags for the shopping there. Oh. I walk out in the rain, I get in the car, I get wet, I drive all the way to the supermarket, I do the shop, takes me about an hour to get all the food, go up to the old checkout.
You forgot in your wallet?
Go up to the checkout, that'll be blah, 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 pat. No wallet.
That is a shocker.
So I think to myself, you absolute SOB. I'm fuming by this stage. So I go to the car. I check the car. No wallet. So I'm like, drive all the way home, 25 minutes all the way home. Look around my house. Can't find the wallet anywhere. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm apoplectic by now. I'm just absolutely filthy. So I drive all the way back to the supermarket thinking I must have dropped it in the supermarket car park or it's in the supermarket. So I drive all the way back.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I park the car. And as I'm getting out of the car, I look down the side panel of the driver's door there. There's my wallet.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you are kidding me, because I never put my wallet. I've never put my wallet in there before.
Was it your daughter did it?
Well, no, it must have been me, and because I was so not into doing this whole job in the first place. Put it in there, and I was like, oh, fuck. But at least I'd found my wallet, right?
That's good.
So I go back, and it takes them 10 minutes to find where I put my groceries.
Yeah.
And then I'm going out, and I'm going to pay, and she said to me, and I quote, do you have a gold card? And I swear to God, and I went, excuse me? And she said, do you have a gold card? And I said, why? Do I look like I should have a gold card?
Because you're clearly losing your marbles.
And she went, because I said, what, do I look like I need a gold card? Or I would have a gold card? And she went, well, yeah, kind of. And I was like, no, I don't have a gold card.
Did you check down the side of your driver's door?
With the sort of day I was having. So I'm fuming by now. I get in the car, pack it all in the rain, get home, and it's pissing down.
Did you get someone to help you? Because you got your bad back in there.
Well, you would have thought so if I got a gold card. I get all the way home, it's pissing down. I'm running down, I'm getting all the groceries out of the back of the car, grab the biggest bag, running down the path, rip! The whole arse of the bag comes out. Just smash on the pavement.
Great.
And the eggs. And that was my morning, man. That was my morning.
Far out.
I've got some questions about it.
Okay.
I might take you back through that step by step.
Sure.
I enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed it as well.
I didn't enjoy it at all. Especially the gold card part.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That's the first time I've ever been asked that.
Yeah, it won't be the last.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keezy.
I had a pretty emotional day yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the old videos of the Queen there.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to admit that I spent a bit of time in bed weeping.
No, you're not alone.
And so, because your eyes are quite red as well.
Yeah.
Same reason, I imagine.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Queen Memorial's Day yesterday in old Lilybit.
Yeah.
God, hell of a career. Good bastard.
Oh, really good bastard.
And when you start going back over all the years and you think to yourself, you look at everything she did, 96, Sad. It's sad when they go young like that.
Yeah, totally. But what a life, Mike. You know what I mean?
God almighty.
And the times that we had together, I guess I was just recalling those, reliving the old memories. And I got a bit emotional, I'll
They're
be honest with
intense
you.
relationships when you're younger as well.
Oh, massively so.
Is there like a particular moment you had with Lilybit that really stirs up the
You
emotion?
don't call her Lilybit.
Yeah.
It's
only
for
we
her
get to do
friends.
that. Yeah.
Are you
Too many to recall, Keezy, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, mate.
Right.
So many that it's hard to sort of single
if
any
you
one
just-
of them out.
Like if you just had to gun to
as
your
I
head.
say, there's so many, I don't know where to start.
Right,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
I remember
there
there
were a
was
few
one
tears.
time we were we've sort of been on the hammer for a couple of days there, and
You
we're
and Lizzie Bet.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
were there,
yeah.
you mad
Oh, that's right.
bastard.
Was I? Jeez, I
and
must
we're
have
up
really
in-
been hammered.
We're out at Pororua. When we've managed to, we climbed over the fence to one of the local schools there, and they had a pool there.
Oh.
And I saw Jace because we were sort of skinny dipping there. And I said, I'll take a photo of old Jace over here, steamed as he was.
Yeah.
And then came old Lilybit from the side, absolutely blindsided old Hoity J, broke 4 of his ribs.
Tackled
smashed-
him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
smashed
man.
him, bro. Smashed him, bro, straight into the pool. Tell you what, you wouldn't know it's looking at her, but her tackling technique, douche.
Brutal, man. Brutal. She hammered me.
Right.
And I didn't
Drive
see
up
yeah,
and then drive down into the
dadoosh.
ground. Yeah,
Far out.
Spear
It was
tackle
actually,
queen.
It was actually 6 ribs.
Oh,
that
was
she
it?
broke. Yeah. It was just as well I was steamed, actually. Didn't
Yeah.
really feel it at the time, but the next day, jeez.
Yeah, I'm not surprised your eyes looking a bit red there. Mine is from the crying and also got the old conjunctivitis off my daughter. So
Oh, you're nice.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yeah, the Datsons on the Radio Hodaki Big Show. And I've had good word, Keezy, that you do an amazing Rudolph DeBorst impression. Speaking of the Datsons, the lead
Yeah.
singer there. I've heard that it is, you can't actually tell the difference between you and the lead singer of the Datsons, Rudolph DeBorst.
No. You've got your wires crossed, Jace. I actually do a really good Datsun impression.
Oh, is that what it was?
Sorry,
yeah.
This happens all the time.
Is
So,
it a 180B? What do you got? What are you running?
this is a 240Z.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
hit
go
us,
on.
hit us,
All right.
Keezy. Away you go.
Come on, you
Oh,
bastard.
Unreal, man.
So good,
You
man.
think you can stump the dude, eh? And then
Oh, totally, man. I mean, is there an impression you can't do, Keezy?
I don't think so, Jace. I can't wait to find out, though.
Yeah, well, we'll keep on trying. Hey, interesting thing just happened, Jason.
What's that, mate?
Well,
What's going on?
Keezy's missus just came in.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she?
Well, it's actually, and incredibly, it's the first time we've ever met her.
yeah.
I get the feeling, I don't know if you, and we haven't spoken about this off air, but, I think we can talk about it now. Do you get the feeling that old Keezy over there has been trying to keep her away from us?
Yeah, I do, and she's been saying that when we've been DMing each other.
Yeah.
That every time that she brings us up,
Yeah.
Keezy's like changing the subject all the time or trying to just switch
Yeah.
it to another sort of area.
Yeah.
And she finds that really weird and defensive and odd.
Yeah.
But I definitely got that vibe meeting her in person for the first time.
No,
yeah.
she is lovely. And then you talk about the DMs there, actually. And, of course, we've got a new video that's come up on Facey and on the old Insta and that. And it turns out, of you, actually,
Is it of me, is it?
doing a little shindig.
Yep, Hodaki
and,
Big Show.
when you were out of the room, and you don't know this, old Keezy has sent your wife a friend request on the old Facey. How do you feel about that one?
Now, just keep in mind that you regularly DM my fiance. You message her daily, according to you.
So let me get with it.
I'm just going to illustrate. I'm just going to paint a picture for the listeners with words.
Yes, please.
Jace doesn't look happy.
When you say, what are we talking? Facebook, Insta, what?
Well, both. So it's a request on both. First Facebook, then Instagram, and then she didn't reply on Facebook,
But
so
yeah,
I poked
because
her.
you said
I beg your pardon, Keezy?
Well, just to be like, hey, hurry up, like,
Yeah.
I want to be friends with you so we can DM sort of
because you said you
situation.
sent a request, but then you sent a message as well that said this is more than a request.
Yeah. And then I tried to call her using Facebook Messenger as well.
Did you
just to draw her attention back to her phone.
leave like a winky emoji or anything like that? Yeah, well, I'll be having a word tonight.
Eggplant.
Let's just
What?
say that, and I can you can rest assured, Keezy, not going to happen, not on my watch, mate. My wife and I have a very close relationship, and no one is getting in between us,
Yeah.
all right?
Why are you so defensive? I
Yeah,
feel
no,
like
no. I'll tell you what, man. If you think you're going to get past Jace and Terry and get to Jace's missus, no show.
Another thing coming, buddy.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Often people think of plastic surgeries and stuff as not a good thing.
Yes.
And that couldn't be further from the truth.
Totally,
Look at
Yeah.
the man, Keezy.
I know, but for the last however long, he's been making us think that he's been working out and eating healthy and stuff. That's the part I'm a bit disappointed about. I'm glad you feel good about yourself.
Cheese balls and pies, man.
Yeah.
Really?
You think I hoe into the cheese balls? You should see Mogi. You know,
Because I haven't had any chips, have I, Keezy, in the studio all year?
Yeah.
Wow, there was
Nothing,
a couple of
no
dicey
snacks.
moments.
Protein bars and stuff, sure. But, you must have seen through that, surely.
You know, man, and I have so many people come up to me in the supermarket and on the streets and stuff, and they go, "Jace, you look so good,
Yes,
man."
you do.
Really? People
even
come
with
up and
that, even with that hoodie on.
Yeah. They say, you look so good, Jace. You
So
know what I
people
mean?
come up and say that to you?
Or I'll be walking on the street and someone will shout out of the car, "Hoity J, hot, hello!"
Really?
You know what I mean? To a point where it's actually getting quite embarrassing. My wife gets pissed about that stuff. Gets really pissed about that stuff, you know what? Because she's quite jealous.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Right,
what I mean?
of you.
And-
Well, hang
and it's-
on.
and
You're
I
saying
mean-
off here she's a loon.
Oh, mate. And I get a lot of second glances from the ladies, Keezy. I don't need to tell you that.
Okay,
You've
are you-
experienced that.
Are you about, well, I don't know if I have, but are you about to admit that you've had work done as well?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right, so what have you done then?
Breast augmentation.
Is that
Right.
why they're so massive?
Yeah, they're hot. Well, feel them. Go on, have
No,
a touch.
I don't want to.
No, we'll just have a touch.
All right, fine.
How good is that,
Yeah,
Keezy?
I mean, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Rhinoplasty. I've had a bit of rhinoplasty.
Rhinoplasty.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that?
The old schnoz.
Schnoz.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Honker.
Like Mogi, but the opposite. I got more put on because I was wanting it to be a bit sort of regal. You know what I
Character
mean?
acting.
Yeah, character and all that sort of character acting. And I don't want to be too hot.
Right, so
You
you're
know what I
worried
mean?
about being too hot.
Yeah. I don't want to be cast as the hot, sexy lead all the
I
time.
don't think you would have had to worry about that.
Tummy tuck chemical peels I've had. A
tummy tuck? Holy cow.
dermabrasion I've had.
What's
Dermabrasion,
that?
yeah.
Blepharoplasty.
Yeah.
Blepharoplasty.
Have you not had your
Blepharoplasty.
blepher done, man?
Eyelids. The old eyelids tightened up a little bit there. And chin augmentation.
Yeah. I've actually got to get the blepher done because my doctor said I've got those
Droopy, yeah, you got your droopy eyelids.
Right.
You know, and
I've got to get my ears pinned back.
Yeah.
I've got to get some hair put in just around the front. Receding, you says I've got to get some more hair. I want to bring my hairline just down a lot.
Yeah.
Like, right, you're pointing to just above
Just
your
about
eyebrows.
Well,
a
here's
centimetre
the-
above my eyebrows. Because the thing, you want to, when people see you to be like, oh my God, who is that? No one's ever been seen with hairline that goes all the way down to their eyebrows. Just from the eyebrows, it's just hair all the way up.
Yeah.
With a part right up the guts.
Yeah, right. And then your fake pecs and your traps.
Yeah.
And
Well,
right.
I've got to be honest with you. I wasn't going to mention this.
What's that, Jace?
The amount of people that come up to me and go, "How do you have such lustrous hair, Jace?"
Yeah.
Hair transplant, Keezy.
Yeah.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
So am I the only one on the big show that hasn't had any work done?
And ironically, the one that needs the most work.
What? Right, so if you were me, then what would you start with? And don't say, don't.
God damn.
Where do you begin, Keezy? Well, look, I think you can take a couple of feet off the snoz for a start.
Couple of feet. Should I get some fake buzzies like you then?
Oh, you can get some fake pussies. Do it, mate.
I might just.
They feel good, Keezy.
I know, but no offense. I might just do it the good old fashioned way. Work out, go for runs, eat healthy.
You can run all you want. You're never going to lose any weight off that massive beaker.
I thought you were going to say you never outrun that schnoz, Keezy.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
I was just having a bit of a reminisce, actually, Jace, about the old trip we took down to New Plymouth
Oh,
there.
so good, man. So
Yes,
good.
It was good. Did an outside broadcast there down at the beautiful, shining Peak Brewery. Good times. I'll tell you what, though, just quietly, just between us, I'm quite a nervous flyer.
Yes.
And that's a smaller plane that goes down there to New Plymouth from Auckland.
I hear you.
And so I was a little bit bloody shaky on there, and there's an old fella just across from the aisle. Across the aisle from me, and I got the feeling he could sort of see it in me. He's about 90.
What, your anxiety and your fears and stuff. Yeah. I'm similar.
And I mean, he was about 90 odd, so he's probably seen a bit of it. But anyway, next to him, he had a cardboard box, pretty normal sort of size one there that was parked up, and I just assumed that it was a cat in there because I thought, oh, maybe they're not going to put it in the hole because it's a smaller plane, and he's knocked it out with some drugs, and it's not going to try and scratch its way out.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, it had a kiwi in it.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, and I got to yarning to him, and he said, no, it's not a cat, it's a kiwi. And he travels all over the country with his kiwi. It flies beside him in the box. And he takes it round to see school children. He was going to see 1,000 school children that very day.
Yeah.
Which is bloody amazing. And actually managed to calm me down a bit. But then we had a bit of the old bloody turbulence right as they started bringing the, the drinks trolley round. And that's it for me, man. I absolutely freak out when that sort of thing's going on. I don't know about you. You go...
Oh, yeah, I'm not good with turbulence, to be fair.
Yeah.
I tend to sort of hold someone's hand or grip someone's thigh in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, not good.
Nah, not good at all. And then, of course, because what's funny is the staff, the air hosts, they don't actually care.
No.
They sort of wander up and down, not bothered about it. They've seen worst, Keezy, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they have to keep everyone calm by acting calm, right?
Yeah, that's right. But then anyway, they went to hand me a cup of me coffee there. Jeez, it's bloody hot. Hey, it's like, I thought they had thin paper cups, but they actually had double stacked them. So I poured me a nice hot cup of hot Joe there, and a little bit nervous, think that'll calm me nerves. Dadoosh, we hit some turbulence there.
Yes.
And bugging me days if I haven't just tipped it all over your old sparkly there, the old kiwi.
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever heard a kiwi scream?
No.
My God, I mean, it's not pleasant.
How would I have heard that unless I tipped hot coffee on one?
Yeah, you had your noise-cancelling headphones on, didn't you?
Piping hot coffee, yeah, straight over the snout, the eyes, the head. Oh, it was awful.
Casey, they're not used to that in the wild.
No.
You'll very rarely see a kiwi get sprayed with hot coffee.
Yeah.
So
is it okay, or?
I went into a state of shock pretty quick once the screaming died down, Jace.
Yeah.
And that was good because that sort of like, that was freaking me out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so was it like, is the kiwi alive?
Well, not technically. He is alive in the hearts and minds of thousands of school children, obviously, and the memories.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we're just sort of thinking that they're probably, the kids that day will be just as happy to see a dead one as a live one. Better a dead one than no kiwi at all.
And they still get to touch it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know
But
hasn't it been like scalded?
There is a danger of it getting quite stinky, though.
Right. Yeah.
But
tell you what, the worst thing was the feathers, Jace. Hey.
Yeah.
Ruined.
Totally, mate.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
We said before the break there, actually, we've got a bit of an issue with old Keezy. Minogio was pretty fired up, and the old bulges were really steaming, and I tell you. So we actually took the time there in the break and the tune for old Minogio just to have a sip of water and calm down, take a few deep breaths. You're all good now, mate?
Just decompress a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
The thing about it is, Jason, and I think you and I have had this discussion, amongst ourselves before, but when I'm angry, when I act angry, it's because it's just to cover up the fact that I've had my feelings hurt.
Yeah, you've been hurt. Yeah.
And so it's sort of a big cover-up. It's a big facade. I might be angry, but really I'm crying on the inside.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened here because I just cannot believe that you and I have been stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
by keys.
Can I just say my initial instinct?
No, you can't.
And can I just say,
what?
I'm like you in the sense that
you're a good bastard.
I might appear angry, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I just bury it deep within me, and as a consequence of that, the hurt I'm talking about, it feels like knives stabbing me in the gut, you know, and I just push it all down and suppress it.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah. But anyway.
I mean, I was, this all started today, Jace, when I was sort of going through the old Instagram there, having a little look. And what do I come across but an image of old Keezy at some sort of shindig with the entire Hauraki staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for lunch.
Keezy, we're talking, mate.
Oh.
And there's it looks like some kind of a lunch.
Look flashed, didn't
That's
it?
everybody was there.
Yeah.
Everybody, Jay said, is to say, except for you and me.
Indeed.
So I made some inquiries, and it turned out that old Keezy was meant to be the one to invite us along.
Yeah.
I didn't get an invite. Did you get an invite?
No, I didn't, Mike.
No. So it just hurts because I thought that we were a team.
Right. Yeah.
And it turns out that maybe we're not.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think what you're referring to is the Beer and Pie July scenario. And
Bit of a soiree they had.
You know, it hurts a bit for me too because, you know, as you know, I wasn't invited as well. And just yesterday, I won't name names, but there was someone in the office there just unleashing on Keezy. Just
Not to his face, though.
No, not to his face.
Yeah,
and I was like, hey.
Oh, you stuck up?
I won't have that kind of carry on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jace.
You know, Keezy, you leave Keezy to us. You just sort your own.
He's prospecting for the big show.
Exactly. I won't have anyone, you know, putting in a hard word on Keezy.
Yeah.
And then I find out from Kate today
Yeah.
that she'd spoken to Keezy about inviting me and you along to this
Yeah.
big soiree with the pies and the beersies, and
Right.
and Keezy didn't pass it on.
Okay. Look, I apologise, and I can understand.
Now, whenever I get an apology, I like to hear, I'm sorry.
Hang on, let me
Not,
just...
I'll make an apology.
Let's...
Because that's talking about you saying sorry. I want to hear you say sorry, not that one day you're going to make an apology.
Just hang on, all right. So what's happened here? We've got our wires crossed. It's a classic case of just it's a misunderstanding.
You know what this feels like, Jace?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Carry
trying
on,
to do the
Keezy.
old switcheroo. Let's see
Yeah,
where it
no,
goes.
carry on,
No,
carry
let's see
on,
where it
carry
goes.
on.
So what's happened is Kate has said, hey, Keezy, do you reckon Mike and Jace would be keen to come to a Beer and Pie July thing? And I said, I'm pretty sure they're both busy today. But
What am I doing?
But invite them anyway. I don't know.
What was I doing?
I don't know.
Why would you say we were busy?
I remember looking at the calendar and thinking and seeing you guys had stuff on.
What calendar? What calendar?
I run a big show calendar. And anyways, but I said, hey, invite them anyway. So what's
Probably
happened?
the only reason you'd run a big show calendar is if there was a picture of buzzies on it.
Well, yeah, admittedly, there is a picture of Buzzies on it. But I looked at the calendar for a long time. Ages. Just double checking everything. And I think what's happened is she's invited you via email. I think it might have gone to your junk mail or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that it just never came up in conversation, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah,
you
yeah,
coming
yeah.
to the, you guys coming to
Yeah,
the lunch
yeah.
tomorrow, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
or something like
Totally,
that. You know,
mate.
I just think,
Totally.
I just think we deserve to
Yeah.
hear you say you are sorry.
Okay, look. I'm sorry that this happened to you guys. I can understand why
It didn't
you'd be
happen to
upset.
us. You did it to us.
You did it to us.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry that I did this to you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I can understand that you're upset. I will make sure next time that you guys get the invite, I will do it in person, verbally, or I'll call you, all right?
Well, don't do that.
Now, yeah.
Why?
Well, I hate these work functions
Yeah,
and shit.
I didn't want to go.
You hate work functions.
Well, how
Yeah,
was it? You were there
totally.
today. How was it?
Oh, I was all right.
All right.
Yeah.
You got low standards, brother.
Got better things to do with my day than fart ass around with people drinking
Well,
beers and eating
why did we do
pies.
this whole thing then?
Well, that's
Principle.
yeah.
Keezy, principle.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
It's funny, isn't it, Mike, being parents, the challenges that our kids face, you know?
Can be. Other times
Um,
it's an ass massive pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah, massive pain in the ass. What was I thinking, you know?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, I got home from work last night, actually, and my daughter was really upset. My youngest.
Did she miss her daddy?
No, she very rarely misses me.
Yeah.
It's actually, she very rarely does. I mean, if I'm away for a couple of days, she might occasionally go, "Where's Dad?"
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, she doesn't tend to miss me too much. But anyway, she'd written this English essay, and she'd been failed. She got a 0 for her English essay.
What?
And she
Doesn't
was
sound like
really upset. And I remember her.
Embarrassing for
I remember
you.
her writing it and stuff, and reading little bits of it, and going, "Oh, Jesus, that's quite good." And I was like, "Oh, that's really weird. I mean, I wonder why the English teacher. I mean, 0.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty harsh." And so anyway, I ended up ringing her English teacher today and said, "What's the story? She's written this essay. I've now read it. I think it's an extraordinary essay. And he said, oh, look, you know, I was reading this essay and it was so meticulous. And there was such profound wisdom in it.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful. It's, you know, and he said to me, I'll be honest with you, Mr. Hoyt, it's the most extraordinary bit of writing I've ever read in my life.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, there's no way this 14-year-old kid could have written something as profound and as magnificent as this. So it must be a clear case of plagiarism.
Right.
You know, because there's no way that she could have done that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had a discussion and found out that actually she genuinely did write it, and he had no proof that it was plagiarism because he couldn't find it anywhere. He looked for it everywhere,
Right.
and stuff. And
Right.
And then he said to me, "Well, I feel really bad, and she's got a real gift, and I've actually got a mate that's in publishing. Can I maybe put it to your mate?"
Oh, yeah.
To my mate, and see if he's interested in publishing, because this is an extraordinary piece of work. I mean, seriously,
Jeez.
I've been teaching 20 years.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything within cooey of this kind of writing,
Oh, yeah.
especially for a girl that age.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Now we've created a bit of a headache for ourselves because it's massively got massively out and about in the publishing world.
Right.
And we've got 12 publishers vying to want to publish it.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is
And I'm like,
unbelievable.
oh my God, I don't need this shit right now. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that the teacher said it's the best piece of writing he's ever read?
Yes.
Because I've met him, and he's only like 22 or 23, so it didn't strike me as somebody that's very well
Sounds like a dirt
very
brain,
well
really.
read. So
Head of his department.
head of his department at a primary school.
Yeah.
So I mean, not bad. I was just remembering about my daughter.
I think he got his English degree at Oxford. He was on a scholarship over there.
Was he on a scholarship? Was he a bit of a dirt?
He was a Rhodes scholarship. So not only did he have a scholarship there at Oxford, he also
How do you know so much about it?
He was a young All Black. So it was. I don't know if you know the Rhodes scholarship. Look it up.
Yeah.
Very prestigious. But
Right.
sure, he's 22, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what were you saying about your daughter?
Look, I don't like to brag. It's not my thing to sort of compare.
We don't want to start
No.
one up in
apples
Yeah,
with
no,
apples.
no.
Needless to say, at the old conference there for teachers, which is early childhood, primary, and secondary, and universities.
Yeah.
My daughter has gotten the nickname Young Shakespeare, but we won't get into that. We won't get into that.
Mate,
We won't get into that. It's all
Yeah,
good. It's all
yeah,
good.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
no, hey, let me just say kudos to
thanks,
your
man.
daughter. And
Hey.
self-publishing is worthy as well. Self-publishing.
Hey.
And I just had a thought with your daughter being the third best calligrapher in the world. Why don't we get your daughter to calligraphy her story?
Oh, that's a good idea. Your daughter's.
My daughter's story.
Yeah, but
So
my
whoever
daughter.
chooses to publish it in the end, we can get your daughter, to write it out in calligraphy format.
I mean, normally I would say yes, but my daughter, she prefers to write, sort of writing that uses words that's got sort of more than 3 letters in each word,
So, before you end really quickly, what was your daughter's amazing piece on? This life-changing piece that she wrote, what was it actually on?
Oh, something about the anatomy of being, I think she called it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
I've talked a lot about the birds lately.
The birds.
And
what's up with
you guys have been giving me a fair amount of jip about that. But I'm telling you something is going on. I was in my laundry today, right? And it was a beautiful, beautiful day outside.
Was
and
it freaky?
my laundry?
Well, yeah.
Nah.
Is the story freaky?
Gets real freaky.
Okay.
Oh,
It
okay.
gets
All right, hang
real
on.
freaky.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there I'm not sitting in my laundry. I'm standing in my laundry,
What are you doing in there?
getting my washing out of the washing machine.
Okay.
And I
Sorry, is it front load or top load?
front load.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty old machine there, Keezy.
Yeah.
And so I'm putting it all in the washing basket there, and I think, do I put it in the dryer? And I open up the dryer, and I think, no, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to hang it out.
Nice.
Don't be a lazy ass.
Good
will
on you,
Jane?
man.
Totally, man.
So I go outside, and I'm hanging up the washing on my washing line there, Mogi, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Click, click. Click, click. Hanging the washing out. And as I'm hanging the washing out, I notice...
Have you got arthritis?
No, that was my wash. That was my...
the pegs.
The
yeah.
peg. The click, click was the pegs.
Oh, was it?
It's a
and
rotating.
And it's a rotating
One of those spinning
clothesline.
bastards,
It's
yeah.
actually on a lean at the moment. I've
Oh,
never
is
been
it?
able to correct that. So I'm standing there, and as I'm hanging out the washing, I go, hang about.
Hmm.
There's birds all along the fence line just staring at me. And I notice got a couple of trees down the back property there. There's birds in the trees, and I can see their little eyes blinking, you know? Blink, blink.
Yeah, they do blink.
Blink, blink.
Their eyes do blink.
So I hang out the washing, and I'm like, oh, this is freaky, man. And I really wanted a durry at that point. And I went, no, I'm not having a durry. I'm not going to crack. And I thought, yeah, no, go.
How many birds were there?
We're talking 50.
Oh, 50.
Far
And
out.
I don't even know how many are in the trees, right? So
And,
I go,
and what kind of birds?
miners,
Oh, God.
sparrows, your pigeon,
Sure.
your dove,
Hot
A
dove.
dove.
and maybe even a magpie.
Any flamingos?
No
or?
flamingos. So I say, no, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mow the lawns. I need to distract myself. I need a durry, and these birds are freaking me out. They're just sitting there looking at me. Get my lawnmower. Start lawn mowing. Put my skull candies on. Doing the lawns. The birds are just sitting there on the fence there and in the trees,
Yeah.
all along the fence line, and it's freaking me out. I'm not lying, man. I finished doing the lawns, right?
Is that turning it off?
Yeah. And I'm taking the lawnmower up the garden, up the lawns there. And I take my skull candies, I look across, and the birds, they just came out of the sky, Mogi. They came off the trees, out of the trees, Mogi, and up the fence, and they're on my lawn, pecking at the grass, just pecking. There's grass flying everywhere. Hoity J standing there. No! Pecking, Mogi, pecking. Grass flying everywhere. No! It's freaky as, man.
So they were just like eating worms and that.
I don't know what the hell they were doing, Keith.
Right.
It was a massacre.
A massacre of what?
I don't know, Mogi. They were just pecking at the lawn, pecking.
Yeah, eating worms and that. So because you've had real long lawns, eh?
Yeah.
Grass and that. So you
Yeah.
cut it and now they could get at the worms.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think that's freaky then?
No, that's what birds do. They were birds, eh?
Oh, they were birds.
Yeah.
Jace, I think you need to just relax on the whole birds thing. You know what I mean? They were just doing
Yeah.
what birds do.
Yeah, but pecking, man. They were pecking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the grass and on my
Right.
lawn there.
All right,
Okay, mate. Okay.
I need a durry.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keezy. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.